Welcome back, everyone. Going to the second hour here of RollPlay Mirrorshades. Adam, take it away.
Alrighty. So, do you guys go in while Hydia gives her little speech to the kids, or do you stay in the hallway?
I just stay outside and I immediately just like slouch down against the wall, like really far down, you know, not just like sitting against it. I'm just like horribly, horribly bored.
That's some Jed Nelson level slouching.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm stuck. Please send help.
I would go inside and listen to it, yeah. Or
Okay.
at least go in.
Alright.
I don't know if I would listen to it, but I would go inside for security purposes.
Okay, cool. So when you go in, so the kids were like kind of politely excited before. They were like, "Yay, I guessed. We're clapping because the teacher told us to." And then when you come in, most of the kids are like, "Oh my god, a cyborg!" And they get really excited, and like a bunch of them run over to you and start like touching your arms and asking you a bunch of questions like, "Did it hurt to get cybernetic arms? How old are you? I'm 5." And like just like you're suddenly just surrounded by a swarm of tiny humans, and like there's a couple of like orc kids, and like a troll, like a kid who's a troll. He was born a troll, so he's like, I don't know, he's big but looks like a kid. Like he's like 4 or 5 feet tall, but like a toddler basically in his body. But they all like come rushing over to you and are like asking you all these questions and like touching you. What are you gonna do?
Kind of just like look around, maybe smile once or twice awkwardly towards them, and just let everything, whatever they're doing, happen. But I don't respond because I can't.
Okay, all right. Um, So the teacher, she comes over. She's a human, kind of plainish looking woman, in her like late 30s. She comes over and she's like, "All right, now kids, let's leave Mister." She like looks at you, looks at the name tag, like Mister Crusher alone. He's a very busy man, and we're here to talk to our guest, and like kind of like eventually ushers them away. But the like troll kid spends the entire time Hydia is talking, just like staring at you, like. That guy. All right, I want that. Yeah, so he just.
I
sits
wish
there
you were
and
my
stares.
dad.
Exactly. My real dad's a jerk. I want you to be my cyber dad.
Oh.
Cyber dad.
You're so cool. And yeah, so I think that this kid just like stares at you, but the other kids like sit down around Hydia, like they sit down in a circle, and then she introduces herself and gives them like a little spiel about like. Basically, and this is a speech you guys will hear repeated in a couple of other classrooms over the day, where she basically just says, and it's tailored to different audiences and more or less sort of mature depending on the kids, but she's just like, look, whatever anybody tells you, you know, people are going to tell you that you're from a bad part of town. People are going to tell you that you're poor. They're going to tell you that, you know, orcs and trolls and elves and sometimes even humans and dwarves, you can't do a thing. But you need to not believe them, that you can do anything you want. And that she tells them that like, you know, magic is special and that you're special, and that you get the impression that if Breakdown were here for this speech, it would be very inspiring for him.
Aw.
But yeah, just like reminds the kids that like it'll be okay, even though things can be really hard sometimes. And so with the older kids, like as the day goes on with the older kids, she's a little more serious and a little more like, look, I know you're almost adults now and you're thinking about like joining gangs and stuff, but like you can do better than that. You don't have to stay in Redmond. And if you do decide to stay in Redmond, you can make a difference here. And so she goes around from class to class, like answering questions and doing these things. And it takes, you know, the full 2 hours or whatever that you have here.
As
And
we go class
yeah.
to class, I start like
Sure.
groaning, like before she goes inside the class to her speech. I'm just like, oh my god, again? Like, how many kids do we really think are even gonna succeed? Like, who cares? Who cares? I'm just like talking to myself in the hall. I'm just like groan and slouch even further than, than anyone's ever slouched before, probably.
All right, so I think while you're doing that, you're out in the hallway and Crusher's inside. Again, and Crusher, the reaction that kids get to you, depending on their age, is different too, right? Like once they start getting to be teenagers, then suddenly they're too cool, but you keep catching them looking at you like, whoa, he's awesome. But like, oh no, fuck that guy. I'm cooler than you.
Right.
And Knight says you're out in the hallway at one point where she's giving Hydia's giving a speech, and a teacher walks up to you. She's like youngish. Like how old are you, Knight says?
I don't know, 20s? I don't remember.
Okay. I mean, it's not like you're some fantasy race that needs a different number. You can just pick an age.
Well, I wanted to line up with what I said before, somewhere in the 20s. I'll like double check
Continuity.
it.
Okay. All right. So, so this teacher, she's youngish. She's like probably 25 or 26. She comes up to you, and you're like all slouched on the floor, trying to be cool and having a hard time. And she's
I'm
like,
not trying to be cool.
all right. So
I'm the
she
embodiment of
she
cool.
walks over and looks at you, and she's like, "Don't you have somewhere to be, Debbie Downer?"
Don't even start to sass me. I'm over this place.
She kind of takes a look at you. She's like, do you look your age, or like, could she mistake you for a student?
I look like I'm in the 20s.
Okay, all right. So,
A human student at this school? Is that such a
yeah,
thing?
that's a thing for
Okay.
sure. I mean, it's the Redmond School for Awakened Youth, not the Redmond School for Awakened Orcs, Dwarves,
Sure.
Elves, and Trolls.
Metahumans.
Yeah. And she's like, do you have somewhere to be?
Yeah, right here. You?
She's like, well, I was just coming from the teacher's lounge, and do you have a hall pass, young lady?
Hun, I got so many backstage passes. You got somewhere new that I can put them. I'm all ears, but I'm fine here. I'm waiting for my friends, waiting all day long. Just let me rest in peace.
So I think at this point she realizes, she's like, "Oh, you're with our guest." She nods.
Yep.
She's like, "So what's your job exactly?"
I don't respond to her. I just close my eyes.
This is just a student?
No, it's the teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she's like, she's like, "I get that you're, you people are big, important security people, but you don't have to be rude. Just make a conversation."
Just like exhale and shake my head. I'm just not. I don't care about impressing this woman. You know, they don't even sell my CDs here. Like, she's clearly not a fan. How would she even go to a concert of mine? I don't care.
All right. So she, I think she looks at you and shakes her head, and she's like, she makes some, like, she mutters some remark about, like, I mean, she's human, but she's like, you catch, like, giving us a bad name. Like, she says something about that as she, like, walks away.
I've heard much worse for more important people.
Okay. All right. So, Bonbon, is there anything in particular you want to do, or are you just, like, monitoring security for the day?
I mean, monitoring security. I mean, I am also kind of, getting bored, but I'm also just concerned that Breakdown needs a doctor. So
Breakdown just lying in the chair drooling on
I'm
himself.
fine. I just need to sleep it off. I'm fine.
All right. So, Breakdown, you heal your mental wounds.
Sick.
And I guess you all meet up again at the front entrance to the school. And I think actually there's one last thing that Crusher I want you to have. So there's one big like assembly where she goes to talk to the whole school all at once right at the end before like lunchtime. And so she has there's like a podium, there's like bleachers where all the kids have gathered. There's maybe like 100 kids there. Bonbon and Breakdown, are you staying in the security office, or do you want to go to the gym for this?
I'm not going.
this for the
unless
yeah.
The
I'll just
last big thing. You're just gonna watch on the security camera.
yeah. For now, yeah.
All right, Night's Ass, are you inside or outside for this?
Like inside the auditorium or
Inside the
outside?
gym. Yeah. Do you go in the gym or do you stay outside?
I guess for the big finale, I'll go inside. Where are the teachers standing?
So the principal and basically all the teachers you've seen so far are standing at the back of the gym. There's a little podium, and across from there's the stage.
Is there like a
bleachers.
VIP row or something?
No, there's no VIP booth or anything for you to sit in.
Okay, I'll just go stand by. Like if the principal's there, I'll stand by beside them or something.
Okay, so you go stand beside that guy. All right.
Yeah.
He kind of gives you an awkward like, oh hello, and Hadia goes up and she gives a short speech where she reiterates some of the points that she makes. She thanks everybody for having her. And the principal says on the mic, she's like, well, Hadia, we have the students have all gotten together, and some of the more practiced students with illusion have something to show you. And he gestures to the kids, and they all like sort of collaboratively, not all together, but a bunch of them like collaboratively make like a big, they cast a spell, basically. They create a big glowing thing of her name in magic lights that like
Aw.
appear suddenly. Crusher,
Oh,
what do you want to do?
Is this like touching me, or is it just out in the sky?
No, but all of a sudden, like filling the middle of the gym, there's this like massive burst of obviously magical light that just like appears in the sky.
And I would.
You realize you're surrounded by tiny wizards. Like pretty much any one of these kids could kill you with a thought.
I remember, or I'm trying to think, like, where is Hadia standing for all this? Because I would probably be next to her for the most part.
She's at the podium. She's taken a step to the side, but she's standing next to you.
How far is the nearest exit in the room?
Not too far. Like,
This is
all the kids thought that he was so cool, and now he's gonna run.
this is a basketball.
yeah, it's like a gym. So they have like
Oh, God.
retractable like basketball.
Are the kids sitting in the center of the basketball room, or this is?
They're directly across from you, taking up most of that wall, and then some area out from the wall, because they're sitting in the bleachers.
I think I would know that this is something that's not going to be harmful, but at the same time, it still fucking like wrecks me.
Yeah.
And so
yeah,
I
yeah.
just go. I don't run, but I briskly walk towards the door, the nearest exit, and then just walk out of the area, no matter what's going on in the center. Like
Okay.
if I have to trample over people, I do it.
I think you do have to like, if you want to make a direct line, you have to like shove some teachers out of the way.
Yeah, and maybe it's not a shove, but it's just like
Yeah, you
I'm
just walk.
walking through here. You better
Okay.
move.
Yeah. So they try to get out of the way. and
It's
you knock one.
it'll look like a scene, but it's the least amount of scene I can make.
I whispered to the principal, even Crusher can't take this, and he is the most easily amused person I've ever met.
So I think you knock down one of the teachers, like an older dude. You know, knock him down, and some kid in the audience is like, "Yeah, fuck you, Mr. Johnson." and the teacher's just sitting, like, gets knocked down. He's like, "Oh my." And like starts getting up, and yeah, you just make a beeline out of the room. And Hadia kind of like looks at you and just shakes her head, like, "Oh, geez, these people."
What view would I have had of the gym, and what would I have seen?
All of that. You'd have a pretty clear view of the gym.
Do I see where Crusher goes?
Yeah, Crusher walks out a back exit, and Crusher, you find yourself in like an overgrown, like outdoor basketball court. There's like grass growing up through the pavement, and it seems like really like badly kept. But you're outside now. And right next to you, actually, near another entrance, there's 3 kids. One is one's an orc. The other 2 are humans. And they're all sitting around smoking cigarettes, and they see you come out the door and kind of look at you like they want to see what you're gonna do or say.
There's 3 kids smoking outside.
Yeah, they're like, I mean, kids. They're like 14 or whatever.
Is there any other exit around here that I've just stumbled into?
I mean, you're outside now, so
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I just kind of like do like a head nod to notice them, to acknowledge their existence, and then just kind of like keep looking forward. If there's a glass on the door, maybe like look back in the door and see if the magic's gone.
no, I think it's just like a badly painted, like a blue fire exit door. One of the kids, the orc, like comes over to you with like a pack of cigarettes, and he's like gestures like, "You want one?"
I take the he's offering me like a single one from a pack.
Well, he's got the pack in his hand, and he's like gesturing for you to take one.
I grab the pack from him and then hand him a pack of gum. And give him a thumbs up.
He looks at it, he's like, "What the fuck, man?"
I open up my arm and put the cigarettes in there.
So he looks back over his shoulder to his friends who are like laughing at him. And he's like, looks up at you, and you can tell he's thinking about being like, "Fuck you, man, give me my cigarettes." And then he's just like, "Whatever, man." He turns around, walks away. And then the other two, when he gets back, they like laugh at him for getting his cigarettes taken away from him.
Did he take the gum from me?
Yeah, he took the pack of gum.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think he like angrily stuffs a piece of gum in his mouth and is like, fine, whatever, take my smokes.
Do I see anything like if I'm outside? What else do I see around here?
You see the field behind the school, which is also overgrown. There's some like flaking, like rusted, like a jungle gym, and some like burnt out cars in the alley behind the school. You can hear like the just noise of the city around you, just like cars moving and stuff. But it seems pretty quiet.
Okay. Yeah, I would think I would maybe wait 5-10 minutes, then walk back into the auditorium, or at least open the auditorium door. Just kind of
Sure.
bluntly look in. If there's magic, I'll shut the door and not go back in. But if there isn't, then I'll just walk back in.
Okay. All right. So I mean, I think that it's less. I don't know. Like what is it about magic that makes you instinctively want to like bail out and run? Is it that you're like afraid that you could get hurt, or what drives you for that instinct? Like where does that come from?
I think it comes. God damn it! I'm trying to recall like what I said at the very beginning. I mean, one, I think maybe they told me when I got all this stuff that it would, like, magic would ruin me, and that was
Yeah.
like ingrained into my brain. It was one of
Sure.
the few things that I still constantly think about that's ingrained into my brain. And
Okay.
then I think I said my mom was the troll
Mhm.
in the family.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll say that like she was a magic user, and like I always saw like the bad things that would happen to her because she was a magic user, and so I just ran from
Oh,
it.
so she was like stressed out at home all the time because of drain and stuff.
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. She'd come home from work all burned out on magic.
Yeah, because I would say like I'm probably physically 20s, mid-20s or something, but my brain is
Sure.
like 15 or 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Cool.
I still recall
Okay.
those thoughts.
So this must be like a weird situation for you. So maybe we have that like brief flashback of like you like on a table with some like tech like riveting your arm on while some doctor is like, now listen, stay the hell away from magic. Like you might be invincible to bullets, and someone can fire a minigun into your chest and you're gonna
Yeah.
be fine. But you see a wizard and you get the fuck out of there. All right,
Yeah.
you understand me?
And that was Dr. Buttafuoco who told me that.
Yeah.
He's actually my
Yeah.
father. As far as I'm concerned, like my other father, I don't give a fuck about.
Right. Okay, cool. So he's like, all right, son, you stay away from magic. That stuff's bad for you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, nice. So we get that brief flashback, and cool. So inside there's some like the thing goes off. There's some applauding, and Hediya thanks everybody and gets ready to leave. And Night says, she says to you, she's like, "Do you want to go get Crusher?" I think this might have freaked him out a little bit.
Hediya says that to me?
Yeah.
I don't think freaked out is the word that you're looking for, hon, but it's okay. We all tell ourselves things to feel better. Don't worry. I'll go get him.
Okay.
And I go outside to find him.
All right. All right. So Night says, go ahead. You go outside. Crusher, you you're outside when Night says comes out the door.
Okay. I turn to her. Maybe when she opens the door, I just like look in. Do I see magic?
No, it seems pretty like quiet now. There's kids that are starting to like filter out. Like it's recess now, so they're gonna start filtering outside.
Hey, Crusher, it's okay. She stopped.
I kind of like. Maybe I don't look at you directly. I just kind of stare blankly off into the distance, and my head's just nodding. And then I just walk
The
inside.
assembly is over. Right.
Yeah, I just walk inside.
Okay.
No,
All
I
right.
don't look at you as I walk past. Plus, I have my visor up, or my visor down, so you can't really see my head.
Okay.
Because I'm wearing my armor.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Cool. So you go back inside. You pass through kind of a crowd of kids as they go outside to the field for recess or for lunch. And Hediya has just finished talking to Principal Isaiah, and she's saying like, okay, well, I'll just go into the front desk and get my people. It's been a pleasure, and like shakes his hand, and he goes off to do something, and she looks at you, and she's like, well, that's it. On to the next thing.
I nod once at him. Has he been like looking at me this entire time?
The principal?
Yeah, like he said, he was staring at me, like making sure that he was.
Yeah, he's doing that. He's doing that thing that whether Crusher notices or not is totally up to you. But he like obviously wants to like wait until there's a moment so he can like talk to you outside of like this situation. Like he wants to come up and talk to you, but he's waiting for you to finish your official business. Also, you're kind of terrifying. So
Okay, I interpret it as my breath smells. So like if he does it again, I'm gonna put my hand up in front of my face and breathe into it, and then like smell to make sure it doesn't smell bad.
it's minty fresh.
Okay.
All that gum, girl.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, think about how big your mouth is and how much more gum you could put in there.
No, that's
Like,
why. I popped the entire pack.
Yeah,
when
the
I
entire
showed
pack.
up,
Yeah, because your teeth are like fist sized. You're huge,
Yeah.
Wow.
like a dinosaur.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Do you want to give him a chance to talk to you, or do you just leave?
I mean, if he approaches me, I'll sit there and
Yeah.
just nod my head or see
Okay.
or listen to what he has to say.
Yeah. So he comes up to you as Hadia and Night Sass are getting ready to leave, and he says, he's like, so I hope that you heard some of what I was saying before about our adult education courses.
I just nod at him.
Sure. He says, well, I think it would be a very good fit for you. Now we offer programs for people of all backgrounds, and I don't mean to be offensive, but it's hard for people with violence in their lives to finish their education. Perhaps you think that this is the only path available to you. Maybe you think that this is the only way that you can make it through life. And he like puts his hand on your arm and says, but I want you to know that that's not true, that with a GED and a little bit of hard work, you can really make a difference for yourself, and that you can put those guns away, and that you can have a normal, safe life if that's what you want.
Has he seen my face this entire time?
It's up to you.
I would say no, and then I like reveal. I flick
Okay.
the visor up,
Sure.
and I kind of give like a smile, but when I smile, it still looks fucking crazy. So maybe it's not like the most appealing smile.
Okay.
I just smile at him and I open up my arm and hand him my card, and give him a thumbs up.
All right. So he takes it and he looks at it and nods like sagely and looks at you and says, "This doesn't have to be your life, Mr. Crusher. I'm going to give you a phone call, and I'd like to speak to you with about this again. And if you'd like to come back to the school at any time, you're absolutely welcome here." And he like tucks it into his pocket all seriously.
I put my hand out to shake it.
Okay. Yeah. He shakes your hand.
Yeah, and then I flip my visor up and go back into like work mode.
Okay. All right. So you you meet up with Hadia and Night Sass. You guys go back to the front entrance. Breakdown is asleep in the chair. Bonma, you've been monitoring all of this stuff, and it's about like 11:45 or so. And Hadia is eager to get on to her next appointment.
So I might need a memory refresh. We actually didn't know how we're getting to the next
No.
place because, yeah.
Deshaun's taking care of gang stuff.
Yeah, that's right. He's got to go seize control of his people again.
Is there a way I can telephone Maurice?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I feel like... Who else? Is anyone else in the security room?
Just you and Breakdown
Me.
slumbering form.
All right. I'm going to call Maurice.
Okay. So, I mean, you look over. What does Breakdown look like when he's sleeping? Is he like a messy sleeper? Is there like a drool? Or are you just like curled up in your own down, all puffed up on one leg?
Yeah, no, definitely like as sort of nested. And then I occasionally, I just hear this like,
So Breakdown is like vaguely spherical then?
right,
Just, like,
right.
puffed up.
I
head down.
feel like I probably started off, normal, but then like over time I just started just like
Yeah.
doing some of that.
All right, cool.
That's it.
All right. So yeah, Bonbon, you see when you see Breakdown all like puffed up and asleep like that, how do you feel about that? Are you like what is the thought that pops in your head?
I mean, the thought is just that like this is a serious matter and we still have to get the job done as well.
Mhm.
So, it's that conflicting moment in a leader's brain like, what the fuck? Like fuck this lunch. Who cares? Just get the hell out of here. But we only have one more appointment. You know, I don't.
So you're torn. You're torn between like
Very torn.
the fact that you know that you're like a shit hot hacker and that they're not using you adequately, and then also like this is the job you're doing, so you got to do it.
I mean, well, of course, I'm like, well, that was boring. Here, nothing happened.
So are you one of those deckers that thinks that anything that happens in meat space is ultimately frivolous and boring? Like, is it the Matrix or nothing for you?
No, not necessarily.
No?
That's not necessarily. But
Okay.
if it's just like for her, she got the cameras. It's like, well, what else? Like, there's no info here that's good. Like, I'm not going to be able to go anywhere else. So it's like, you know, it's like getting a brand new game and finding out after 90 seconds that you've just experienced everything, and like, you know, that's the boredom behind it. So then it's just like,
Right.
if we just stay here, it's it's the lack of not being able to go deeper.
So you don't
further.
find it tempting at all to like mess with school records or
I
anything
mean,
like that?
if this was a more prestigious school and I could maybe
Okay.
sell the information,
Right,
but
you
I'm
wanna-
just
you wanna
like,
punch up, not
this
down.
is horse shit. Like, I don't need a bunch of kids' delinquent records, you know? It's
Okay.
wasted memory, Adam.
Literally child's play.
Sure.
Literally.
Okay.
Literally?
Literally.
Child's play.
Okay. Literally and figuratively.
So, I'm calling Maurice.
Okay. All right. So, breakdown. I think that the phone call wakes you up. You can decide if you want to be obvious about that or just be quiet and listen in. That's up to you.
Oh, I probably wake up noisily.
Somehow feathers just fly.
Yeah, just spitting out.
Okay. All right. So, you wake up when Bonbon gets on the phone, and it rings a few times, and then Maurice picks up and says, "Yeah, hello."
Maurice, this is Bonbon.
Oh, hey, what's up, Bonbon?
Maurice, your cousin, well, he got us to the location that we needed to get to first, but now here we are in the Redmond School for Awakened Youth, and there's no way for us to get to the second location, Maurice.
So, what? Hold up. What are you telling me? Deshaun just ditched you?
He ditched me, Maurice. You said that I wasn't going to get fucked here, and I'm feeling a little fucked right now.
Look, I never said you weren't going to get fucked, Bonbon. I just said he wasn't going to cause you any trouble.
Well, this is a little bit of trouble, Maurice. I don't know. Maybe should I just enroll the team? Maybe we just hang out here. We go through the rest of the semester here and wait till Deshaun gets his act together, Maurice. What?
And you gave him the package? Everything was cool?
We gave him the package. It's all fine.
All right. And so why did he leave you? What's happening? I need more information about this.
All right. Listen. So maybe there's some gang beef going on between the. Maybe there's some gang beef going on between these guys. He had to go take care of some stuff. I don't know. That's all I know.
Well, best I can do from here is try and give him a call, but I don't know if he's going to answer, if he's got beef to deal with. He takes this gang shit pretty seriously.
All right, listen. You tell Deshaun that we will help him if he can get us transportation to our next meeting.
All right. Yeah, I could do that. Help him how?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Maurice, honey. Hold on a
okay.
second. What kind of help? I don't know. I need tit for tat. I
Look,
need
Rick, I
transportation.
know,
Maybe
I know
can take
Deshaun.
him somewhere.
Now, that's not how it's going to work. I know Deshaun, he gets one look at Crusher. There's only one thing he's going to want you to do.
Maurice. All right? Are you a driver, Maurice?
Yeah.
Are you ready to man the fuck up, Maurice?
I don't like where this is going.
All right, Maurice, we got two options. Option number one is that you take that limo and you drive in here as fast as you can and you pick us up and then you drop us off at the next location and then you leave again. Or option B is you find someone else that can transport me and the team to our second location like your cousin Deshaun was supposed to.
All right, make a charisma roll.